guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Shannon. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope by the end of the video you might consider subscribing and ringing that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I upload going forward. Without further ado, you guys, we're gonna dive in because this is my monthly Marvels video for May, and I have a lot of stuff here. I have a few repeats from last month. I'm sorry, they're favorites. I've been using them, so I'm gonna share them again. I know some people get real sensitive about repeats in favorites videos, but they're favorites, so I'm gonna talk about them. This is the second time I'm filming this, so hopefully this one will go without fail. My mother called during the middle of my first one, and that kind of killed it, so sorry about any swatches you may already see. We're gonna get into it. All right, first things first is the Wet n Wild mascara. This is their skinny mascara. I do have the waterproof version. The reason I purchased the waterproof version, you guys, is because I was having some severe issues with raccoon eyes. I thought for the longest time it was my mascara. So I kept switching up mascaras, buying mascaras. The amount of money I've spent in mascara trying to rid myself of the raccoon eyes would probably terrify me if I actually saw that dollar amount. I've figured it out finally, and I'm sad to say that it's my beloved Mega Liners from Wet n Wild. For whatever reason, they are now transferring. I've used that liner for such a long time, you guys, and I swear I've never had a problem with it transferring until I would say the past 6 months or so. For whatever reason, they now transfer and I can no longer use them. But out of all of the mascaras that I switched up, this one here it's become a holy grail. Like, this is my favorite lower lash mascara ever. Now that I know that I don't need a waterproof one, I'm gonna try the original pink and black tube of this because this is a little difficult to remove. I definitely have to use an oil-based remover with it, but really it's all about the wand, you guys. This is a teeny tiny little itty-bitty wand, and it just gets right into those lower lashes. I'm obsessed with this, and it's also $4.99. So if you need an amazing lower lash mascara, definitely give this one a go from Wet n Wild. I think you would be impressed. The next product is from Maybelline, and this is really like blown my mind, you guys. You know, if you've been following, that I love my Ulta Beauty brow tint and I love my Essence Make Me brow, but I'm pretty sure this is the new holy grail. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I am absolutely obsessed with this thing, you guys. It is incredible. I was really shocked, honestly, like at how much I love this thing, but it's got this very interesting applicator, which I was totally intimidated by when I first started using it, but the way that this sets my brows and the little fibers in this product is really what makes this incredible. If you've not tried this and you're looking for that holy grail brow mascara, try this one out. Not only does it set my brows into place all day long, but it like adds fluffiness because of the fibers. It's awesome, you guys. It's so good. The Urban Decay Naked Skin has just been my preferred concealer this month. I love this concealer. I've always loved this concealer. It is my favorite high-end concealer, but I had been trying to like rotate through my stash, and so I hadn't been using it for a while, and I pulled it back in for one Shop My Stash rotation, and it has not left. So it just reminds me of why I love this so much. It's the perfect amount of coverage without being thick, heavy, cakey. It's just a beautiful concealer. It's worth every penny. The NYX Crystal Liner, these are amazing, you guys. I've pulled for this gold a lot over the past month, and I love this gold. I already have it swatched on my hand. Look how opaque that is. That was a one little boop, and that's what I got out of it. It's incredible. These are so cheap, you guys. They remind me a lot of the Urban Decay ones that are $20, whereas this is, I think, $4. I've had this for quite a while. It hasn't dried out on me. It's still going strong. I'm almost done with it. So I do need to repurchase this because it's like something I can't be without. I also have the purple one, which is also really good. The one that I would not recommend though is the one that looks like Distortion from Urban Decay. It's kind of like that clear with all the different colored little glitters in it. That one is a dud, but the purple and the gold, incredible. My NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk. I forgot how much I loved this thing, and again, I pulled it into a Shop My Stash and I haven't taken it out. I have been using this to sort of cut the crease anytime I go in and do any sort of like cut crease or elaborate eyeshadow looks. What I love about this is not only is it super creamy, it only takes a few swipes and it blends out easily, but I don't have to set this like I would have to set a concealer before going in with that shadow. It just is awesome. If you've not tried these out, they make great eyeshadow bases. So, and they're affordable. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this. My Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in the shade Pink Passion. I mean, I don't need to go into detail because I've talked about this 1,000 times already on my channel, but I love this formula. These are my tones. I've used this so much this month, and I just think these are great. They're absolutely great. I would definitely pay full price. You know, if I ran out, I would definitely go and buy it all over again. The IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed, I've really enjoyed this setting powder this month. I really do feel like this helps blur out those pores, also helps keep me matte throughout the day, and I just think this is an amazing setting powder. I prefer the pressed over the loose in this one, but yeah, you guys, if you're looking for a great pressed powder, that one's really good, as well as this Urban Decay All Nighter. I've pretty much rotated back and forth between these two. This one is new. I've not tried out, you know, the waterproof theory. I couldn't tell you if I, you know, dunked my head in a pool, if this would keep all my makeup on. I couldn't honestly tell you guys that, but I really love the formula. I do feel like this helps to keep me matte throughout the day. I find that I have to blot less when I use this powder, and I love that it's tinted as well. So this makes a great setting powder if you're going out at night and you're going to be taking pictures. It's a beautiful formula. So if you're curious about this and you've been thinking about it, I would say give it a go. It's $34. I know that's pricey, but I really enjoy it. Like, when this is gone, I will want another one. So there's that. I do have the Natural Face Palette from Too Faced. You guys, listen, when this collection came out, I wasn't gonna pick up a single thing, and I ended up buying all 3 of the palettes. It started out with the Natural Eyes palette. That's not a favorite for me because I prefer the others over that one. It's nice, but the shade range doesn't speak to me personally like these two do. Now, this palette, number one, packaging A+, it's gorgeous. It looks so beautiful. You get the full mirror here and then the shades. I can use all of these shades, and that is what I love the most about this palette. This Sunny Honey bronzer is absolutely stunning on the face, you guys. These are creamy. It smells fantastic. The shades are gorgeous. The highlights, I mean, they're creamy. Every one in here is creamy. They're just great. They perform beautifully. And even that bright blush, while it looks intimidating, if you use a light hand, it really is beautiful on the face. I have been absolutely incredibly impressed by this palette, and I am super glad that I bought it. I am very glad that I bought it because I really have enjoyed using it this month, and I've used it quite a bit. The Peach Perfect Powder from Too Faced. I love this whole collection from Too Faced. I haven't tried the lipsticks, and I haven't tried like the cream, what is it, the cream blush, the cream highlight, and I haven't tried the, what's the other thing that they came, oh, there was a couple other things, the pink like invisible powder. I didn't try that. I feel like there's one other product. Either way, everything that I have tried from this line, I have thoroughly enjoyed. So when they came out with the Peach Perfect Sex on the Peach complexion kit that came with this full-size powder and a few other products, I picked up 2 of them, you guys, because the deal was awesome. You got the full-size powder and several of the products in the collection, but this powder is is amazing. Not only does it keep me matte throughout the day, but it smells good, it tastes good. I love that it's tinted as well. It's got that like peachy sort of tone to it. I love that it has that cap there. I just love this powder. I mean, anybody that's like tried this, from what I've seen, has really enjoyed it. And it's just because it's really good, you guys, really good. I know it was sold out for a long time, but I'm pretty sure it's back in stock now, so you should be able to pick it up on its own if you're interested. I think this is a great powder. I have the Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia. I have really enjoyed this month. You can see I've definitely put a dent in this like white shade, in the green. I love that these all have like a shift to them, and I just think this is a fun palette. It's summertime, it's time to like have some fun, you know, and that's what this reminds me of. All of the different tones and colors and the way that this complements my different eyeshadow looks. I've been reaching for it a lot. Now I will say this one has a little bit of a glitter to it, whereas like the Sun Dipped and the Sugar Glow Kit, they don't really have that glitter. These definitely, I mean, they have some glitter particles, but look at that, you guys. It's so beautiful. This is a great palette, and I have really enjoyed it this month. Now, the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water sample size, I've burnt through this entire thing this month. I really enjoy the primer water in the summer months because you can just mist it on. It's refreshing. It really does refresh and restore your makeup. There is just something about this product that at first I thought this was going to be super gimmicky, and I have since burnt through 2 or 3 of these. I think this is my 3rd one of this size, and I have 2 backups of the big versions. They're awesome. They're awesome. I have 2 or 3 of these on backup in the full size, because if you've not tried this, you guys, you really need to try it. It really is awesome, truly. I have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation. I have fallen in love with this. I think this is an incredible foundation. I love the way that this wears on my skin. I love the coverage that it gives me. I love that it starts out pretty matte, but throughout the day it kind of warms up to your actual, you know, body temperature, and your natural oils come through, and it just looks beautiful. I've tried this on so many clients and it always looks beautiful. I love the shade range that they have to offer, and I just think this is an overall great product. It's $34 for the fluid ounce, which is, you know, pretty affordable considering, you know, other prices of high-end foundations. And if you've been curious, I give this my recommendation. I've really grabbed for this a lot this month, and it just wears really well throughout the day. I mean, when I have my makeup on, you guys, I'm going 10, 12, sometimes 14 hours with the face of makeup on, and this never fails me. The Burt's Bees blush in the shade Bare Peach. I love this blush. I would be interested in picking up the other 2. I believe there's 2 others in the line. This is a great formula from Burt's Bees, and I've really enjoyed it. I love this shade. I feel like it's just one of those shades that complements just about any eye look I decide to go in with. The formula is beautiful. It wears beautifully throughout the day, and I just think these are awesome. Awesome little drugstore blushes, and I find myself reaching for it a ton. Now, this is a repeat from last month. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I'm obsessed with this. I can't stop. This, and why don't we just pull this one? The NARS, I talked about this last month too. They're still favorites this month. It's like every time I shop my stash, I keep wanting to pull for these foundations. And all for good reason. They just all wear so beautifully throughout the day. I mean, I need my foundation to wear all day, and these don't fail me. These 3 foundations have been foolproof. I love them. I would definitely repurchase them when, you know, I run out. They're just like holy grail foundations for me. Also in that Sex on the Peach kit, I got the Peach Perfect Primer and the Peach Perfect Spray. Again, there's just something about this line, you guys. Everything I try, I love. This does a great job at mattifying and also like blurring out the pores. If you've not tried this, I would say go into Sephora and ask for a sample, because I love it. I have another small one because I bought 2 of those kits, but when these are gone, you betcha I'll be buying it in full size. And this guy here, there was a little learning curve to it. You definitely have to shake this thing. You have to really like shake, 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 because if you don't, you will get the white little dots. But I've found that if I really shake it, I don't get the white dots, and this really does mattify. This really mattifies the skin. In fact, if I go in with a super matte foundation, I can't use this because it's too matte, you know what I mean? This I love with like my NARS foundation, because like as the day goes on, my NARS foundation definitely, you know, I have to blot with this one, which I don't mind. But if I top it with this, I have to blot less. Does that make sense, you guys? This is just a really great setting spray, and it smells divine. Like, if you don't like the scent of this peach line, I don't know if we can be friends, because I am like, I don't know what it is. I'm just like obsessed. I'm obsessed with the smell. I love it. The Dream Street palette is another repeat. I have it on my eyes today. I think this palette is so beautiful. I do feel like this formula is a little bit better than the other ColourPop palettes I have in my collection, but for me, it's the shades in this palette that really speak to me. I love that I can get a, you know, warm brown smoky eye out of this palette, and then I could go in, you know, the next day and do this really cool blue sort of mermaid look. There's just so much that can be done with this palette, and I think that's why it's a repeat for me, because I look at it and I'm like, ooh, I wonder what this would look like, and there's just so much you can do with it. I love this palette. Totally worth the 16 bucks. The other palette from the Natural collection is the Natural Matte palette. You guys, I literally cannot believe that I picked up every palette from this collection. I really did not anticipate on buying any of them, but this palette is so beautiful. I love these shades. These speak to me. They're my tones. I love that you get a look, and a look. I love the way that they've broken that down. I love the way that this whole collection smells. I know that's not a factor on like performance, but it is a perk. And I just, you know, when I'm not feeling inspired or when I just need to get out the door, this is such a great option to have around. And I do find this formula to be the new Too Faced matte formula. So like the Peachy Mattes palette, it's exactly the same formula as that, and I love that Peachy Matte palette. I had it in last month's Marvels video. I'm just obsessed with this new Too Faced formula. I think they've really nailed it, and I've really been enjoying those palettes from that collection. I think they're great. The Dose of Colors palettes, I talked about Marvelous Mauves last month. Fell so hard in love with that palette, I like had to have the other three. So I went ahead and bought all three of the other Dose of Colors palettes. You guys, these are so good. I know, what are they, $32? That's spendy for 5 shades, and I get that, but these are so good. I thought that I would be able to live without baked browns. Like when I was standing there looking at the palettes, I'm like, do I really need that one? Like that's probably the one that I could do without. I'm so glad that I got it, because turns out I couldn't be without this. Like these shades are gorgeous. I love that you could pretty much just go whoop right down the line and get a beautiful look. There's really no intense thought process that goes behind this. Any of these palettes, it kind of just does the work for you when it comes to that. And the formula, you guys, these are good. They are good. They are beyond good, and I love having them in my collection. Now the new singles that are out, there are a couple shades that I'm like, oh my god, those are so beautiful. But they're $20 a shadow, and so no, I don't think I'm going to be picking up any of the new singles, but I hear they're good. They look beautiful. You know, when you think about $20 for one single shadow or $32 for 5, I mean, that kind of puts it into perspective for you. I put my stamp on these, I mean, 100 times over. I have really enjoyed working with them, kind of pairing them with each other and seeing what kind of looks I can come up with. I love that they're all matte. I've really been into all mattes lately. Those are so good. The other two palettes I've enjoyed this month is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I pulled this out because I purchased this obviously around the holidays, and I really hadn't worked with it because when I look at this palette, you guys, I'm kind of intimidated by it, and I love color. You know, I'm not one that's afraid of color, but it's the way that this palette is, you know, mapped out, and that was the biggest complaint most people had with it. And so it did intimidate me, but I pulled it out for a week for Shop My Stash, and you know, I learned a lot about this palette. I learned, for instance, that even though some of these shades are like shimmers, they perform beautifully in the crease. And so I found myself able to create a lot more looks than I thought I would be able to create because there's not a ton of mattes in here. But, you know, utilizing some of these shimmers as matte transitions really opened up the door for me in terms of creating so many looks that I never thought I would be able to create with this palette. And I just had fun with it. It inspired me and it made me think creatively, and I love when makeup does that to me. So I really enjoyed this. I know you can no longer get it, but whenever Kat Von D comes out with limited edition palettes, I do try to scoop them up. My biggest makeup regret is not purchasing the Mi Vida Loca palette, and so I'm never gonna let that happen again. And I also purchased this the week that her 10-year anniversary palette came out. And I cannot wait to kind of pair the two of them together to sort of see what I can come up with. But I mean, if you're thinking about that 10-year anniversary palette, I did do a video on it, so check it out if you're curious. But yeah, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. So the last eyeshadow palette, I know there's a lot of palettes this month, but I've really been trying to, you know, go back to some palettes that I really didn't get to work with a lot. And this is the Morphe Dare to Create palette. I bought so much over the holidays, you guys, that I just really haven't had the opportunity to work with a lot of it. So I pulled this giant thing in, and I mean, you can see I have definitely worked with the majority of this palette, and I'm so glad that I bought this. I was so surprised by like how much I was able to do. I mean, obviously it's a huge palette. I mean, you can create several things out of this palette, but the formula I felt like in this was better than like my 35 O's, and I just had so much fun with this. It's just a fun palette. So, I mean, I thought I'd mention it. I just enjoyed it. I created a lot of fun things. If you are interested, I do post almost every day. I post like my makeup of the day on Instagram, and so if you're curious as to what looks I came up with any of these palettes, check me out on Instagram. I always have my name in the description box, and yeah, check me out over there because I always do a makeup of the day you know, photo. All right, four more products, you guys. This I forgot to mention last month, and I realized it the second I stopped filming, but my Differin Gel. I just have to mention it because it is a favorite, and I've been using this religiously, and it has totally changed my skin. It's totally changed it for the better, for sure. So anyways, I'm not gonna talk about it a whole lot. I do have a whole dedicated video on this product, so if you're curious, check it out. I go into pretty good detail on it, just how to apply it and so on and so forth. But yeah, Differin Gel is everything. I'm getting pretty low on it, and I will definitely, like, I won't be without this. This is something I will purchase before I even run out. It's totally changed my life. Next product is the Ulta Beauty Bronze Glow Self Tanning Tinted Lotion. This is the self tanner that I have on right now. I applied this on Sunday, and it is now Thursday. So, I mean, I'm still pretty tan considering I've had this on, and I mean, I shower every day, I shave my legs every day, and I still am pretty tan, you guys. This is an incredible self tanner. I don't know why I don't hear people raving about this. It is $9.99, you guys. $9.99. I think I've used it 5 or 6 times now. And every time I apply it, I do 2 layers. So you get 6 fluid ounces for $9.99. And I have some high-end, I have the Loving Tan one, I have tried Vita Liberata. I've tried quite a few self-tanners at this point, and to be quite honest, this will be my repurchase, because $40 for a self-tanner for me is a lot of money. It's just not something that I really want to like spend my money on. And to get the same result, like, this is so good, you guys. Check this out. Check it out. And just like Ulta usually does, their buy one get one half off or buy 2 get 1 free, this is usually included. So I say give it a go. I got the medium to deep one. I do usually apply this at night, and I will sleep in it all night and then remove it in the morning. And yeah, I mean, it lasts a week. The tan lasts a week. It's not too orange. It does smell like a self-tanner, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, I think that's a pretty nice tan. $9.99. Just saying. Thought I'd share it with you. This guy here is the Sinful Colors Quick Dry. This is it's called Mrs. Impatient, and I wanted to mention this, you guys, because this is the second bottle now that I am like working on. I wanted to mention this last month too, and I forgot. This literally dries before your eyes. It's, I think, $1.99. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I never hear anybody talking about it. Anytime I hear anything about a quick dry top coat, it's always Seche Vite, I believe is how you pronounce it. And that one's like $10. So my thing with that one is, yeah, it's a great quick dry top coat, but so is this, and it's $1.99, and I never hear anyone talk about it. I have the Seche Vite one, and I have this one, and I find that every time I paint my nails, I just keep reaching for this one. It is so good. I don't find the other one to be any better than this, and so you might as well save your money. Check this out, you guys. It's got like a pink tint to it, and it literally will dry before your eyes. And I mean, my polish usually lasts a week. It is so good. Shockingly good. Definitely try it out. These polishes are amazing. This orangey corally shade is this guy right here. I purchased these during it was a holiday set. I think there was 2 other shades that came with it, but these, oh, I dropped one. These are these little Wet n Wild. This is their Mega Last nail polish, you guys. I have tried so many brands of nail polish. These are amazing. I think these are like $2.99, and you can get them pretty much anywhere that carries Wet n Wild. But what I love about these is when they say Mega Last, like, they're not kidding around. This polish I have had on since Sunday. It's Thursday. I work with jewelry, so I'm constantly, like, I work with Pandora, so I'm constantly opening the little charms and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You guys, the Sinful Colors is the top coat. They're still shiny. There's a little bit of fading. The only thing I note with this polish is it will fade at the very edge of your nail, but it like never chips. This stuff is so good. If you have not tried this polish out, they have so many different shades from bright and colorful to neutral. Try this out. Not the gel, the Mega Last. I'm telling you guys, it is so good. So good. Last products are hair care. I'm sorry this video is so long, you guys. I'm going to kind of group them together. So I have 3 products from Drybar. I received all of these in gratis, and I am now obsessed with Drybar. Like, when these run out, I will be buying these over again. So this is Southern Belle. This is their new one. It's the Volume Boosting Root Lifter. This definitely gives me volume. It's kind of like a mousse. I usually squirt it in my hands when my hair is wet, massage it into my roots, blow dry my hair, and anytime you see, like, when my hair looks really like fluffy and big, it's from this. This stuff is incredible. The kicker is a finishing spray wax. What I love about that is it's a finishing spray. It definitely, like, if you style your hair, you spray that on it and it makes your hair super shiny, you guys. Super shiny, like, unbelievable. You don't need much of it. It doesn't feel like a hairspray, but it just adds this beautiful softness and shine to your hair. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, like, It's just awesome. It is so awesome. It smells incredible. It's kind of got like a sweetness to it. So good. And then my favorite of the three is the Triple Sec. So this basically gives me texture in between like washing. So like my day 2 hair, when it kind of starts looking like, I can go in with my Triple Sec, flip my head over, spray a little bit of my Triple Sec, kind of do this number here, and it's like suddenly it looks like freshly blow dried hair. You guys, if you've not tried Drybar Out, their products smell incredible, number one, but everything I have tried has been win. Like, I've not tried anything yet that I have not liked, so maybe try out some samples, see how you like it, but so good. And then I've had a couple questions about when I do like my curls. This is the product that I use to make my curls. It's the only thing that holds my curls, and this is the Not Your Mother's Beach Babe Texturizing Sea Salt Spray. This stuff literally, like, it will hold your curl. I mean, I live in Florida where the humidity is like 1,000% every day, and I literally will just section by section as I curl my hair, you know, I'll pull up half, you know, pull this up and I'll go to curl it. So I'll spray this first, and then I'll just kind of like run my fingers through it, and then I'll curl it. I literally only have to use like the finishing spray, just like to finish it, do a little scrunch, but it's not like I have to spray each curl, because this does the work for you, for the hairspray. It doesn't make my hair feel crunchy like hairspray, but this will dry your hair out. So I don't recommend using it like over and over and over again, but when you want to curl your hair and when you need your hair to hold, try this guy out. It is so good. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's all of my May Marvels. I'm so sorry this is 31 minutes long. I'm gonna make it a real short goodbye, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions on any of these products, just let me know, as usual. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. And just subscribing and being a part of my little YouTube journey. I love you guys. I will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Bye.